Welcome to Water Talks coverage from ACE18, broadcasting live from Las Vegas. ACE, innovating the future of water. Water Talk is made possible by WaterOnline, showcasing today's water industry leaders and innovators. And now, here are today's hosts.
Good afternoon and welcome back to Water Talk. I'm your host, Todd Schnick, joined by my friend and colleague, Kevin Westerling. Kevin, we've featured and showcased this wonderful company on our show several times over the years. I love what they're doing. I love how they serve this marketplace. Going to be a great conversation.
Yeah, and they're actually the platinum sponsor for this show here, so a very important position.
Outstanding. Well, we appreciate your support of this great event, so that means a lot to all of us. So we're joined now by Kristie Anderson. She's a marketing manager with Badger Meter. Kristie, welcome back to the show.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
It's always good to see you. I appreciate you making time to join us. I know you're awfully busy in an event like this, so grateful for you to swing by and join us. Our audience is likely familiar with Badger Meter, but just in case, take a quick minute and give us an overview of how you're serving the marketplace.
Sure. Badger Meter has a long history in this industry. It came out as an innovator in the early 1900s with our frost-free meters. So we've got a huge line of meters that have been developed over the years. Our tagline that has some real substance behind it is that choice matters. And so we have so many different kinds of meters and full instrumentation technologies, but we're not just meters. We have software, our Beacon platform, Beacon AMA, Advanced Metering Analytics software platform is our latest. It's the platform we work from now that was introduced in 2014. You can see that on display here at the booth. And we've got our communications technology, our Orion Cellular endpoint is featured in the booth. We introduced that in 2014. So just a long track record of innovation, I think, in this industry.
Yeah, when Kevin and I look at your product portfolio, we're like kids in a toy store. I mean, there's so much neat stuff that's serving the marketplace so well. So what I'm really excited to talk about, though, is this new meter, this ultrasonic meter that you're showcasing here. Tell us all about that.
Yeah, we're very excited about our next generation of E-Series ultrasonic meters. Here at the show, we're showing the start of the next generation family with our 3-inch meter. We're introducing a 3-inch and a 4-inch. These are fully electronic meters with programmable registration. We've got some new reporting functionality. It can be customized in the field, so utility can install this meter and depending on where it's being installed, can customize how they want it to report when they want it to show an alarm, for example. So that's very exciting that it can be customized in the field. And I was asked if the booth was busy earlier, and I have to say there's so much traffic to that 3-inch meter that we have in the booth. Yeah, I'm not kidding. People are bumping into me to get to see the new meter and hear about it. So sadly, that's true. So
well, that's not sadly. That's great news, right?
Yeah. So in addition to the traditional indicators, the messaging, and the alarms, this next generation of E-Series ultrasonic meters also has temperature and pressure monitoring. That's what's the utilities are very interested to hear about that. So just over a year ago, we purchased D-Flow Technologies, and then we folded that acquisition into the Badger Meter team. It's now our Ultrasonic Innovation Center. So we've taken that expertise and we've taken this new technology and combined them, and you can really see it manifested in this new next generation E-Series line.
That sounds great.
Yeah, speaking of next generation, there's a lot of talk in the industry about advantages that smart city initiatives could bring to utilities. So what's Badger Meter doing about a smart city initiative?
Yeah, everybody's talking about smart cities. It is a hot topic. So with our Orion Cellular endpoint, which leverages AT&T's robust and extensive cellular network, Badger Meter really is smart city ready. And in fact, here at ACE, we announced that we're joining the AT&T Smart City Initiative, or a Smart City Alliance, they call it. So what that alliance does is it works to leverage the expertise of so many key technology leaders, and it helps cities address critical issues, things like high energy costs, aging infrastructure, transportation challenges, public safety. With our Orion Cellular endpoint, there's no infrastructure, no proprietary infrastructure, no proprietary gateways is needed. So that really opens up the utility to be able to deploy devices down the line, that whatever they want. And a lot of cities don't know exactly what their full smart city plan is going to be several years down the road. They want to keep their options open. So a cellular solution really helps them to keep their options open. They don't have to commit and justify this network infrastructure that they've installed. So that's really going to help with interoperability when they take a look at, if they want to deploy years down the road a waste management solution or a smart lighting solution, for example. And then our Beacon AMA software really helps on that interoperability point too, because we really built in some API web services that help share the data with other systems down the road. And like I said, it may be that that cities that are looking to deploy smart city solutions now, they may not know what their full plan is going to be down the road. They want to be able to make sure that they can deploy devices down the road that maybe they don't even have sight of right now.
Well, this idea of the smart city, I mean, us in this little bubble of ACE, and we talk about it, and we're excited about it, and we build product to support it. What's your take on the actual utilities? I mean, are they buying into it? Are they getting excited about it? I mean, it's a long process to evolve to that, but are they adapting this idea? Are they getting into it?
Yeah, I think they are. It's coming in phases or stages.
Sure.
And I think some utilities are thinking, oh, that's just a large city thing. It's really large and small.
Right.
It's really all about leveraging all of the data that you have, because you don't have just water metering information. You can combine that with information from other services that you provide. And so I think if you go to even a smart cities conference, you'll see a lot of utilities, a lot of cities walking around trying to figure out, what can I do? I have this service, I provide this service already, we've already made this investment. How can I leverage this data? And they're all figuring out in different ways, and they're learning from one another. So they'll do a case study, and then they'll get exposed to, that's a great idea, we could deploy that here. So I think a lot of places are still figuring it out, and some cities are much further along than others, of course. Yeah, and you'll see those, they're always speaking at those conferences and things. Yeah.
Well, I'm even thinking back to, you were talking about that one product that you could customize alarming and all that kind of thing. I mean, I imagine there's still cities that have that ability, and that they just never been able to do that before, so they don't even think about it. And so they have to really think about, all right, well, we really have the ability to do something really amazing here with this customization. They just have most of their existence, they haven't had to worry about that because it wasn't possible.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's true also of high resolution data. We're getting data in higher and higher resolutions and alarming information. So, some utilities are early innovators, and that's great, early adopters, and really being innovative about how and happily they're sharing what they learn. I'm very happy to see that, because I think we do see a lot of utilities that are benefiting from sharing this knowledge and coming up with ideas. So it's been very exciting, and that's a big part of what's fun in the booth, is to have people come in and share with us what they're doing with the information and how it's helping them, and that's been exciting.
Because it ends up feeding your narrative too, so
absolutely.
You can further that story.
Yeah.
So we mentioned cellular AMI a little while ago for utilities. How are those solutions being accepted by these utilities? You touched on it, but go a little deeper.
Yeah, absolutely. So as I mentioned, we introduced that cellular endpoint in 2014. And since then, we've had hundreds of utilities deploy a cellular solution. And we've even seen competition come in with cellular solution, which is a sure sign that the market is moving in that direction.
That's true.
So, and that flexibility and that interoperability that I mentioned with the smart cities, that really minimizes risk for the utilities. And that's very important. That's something they're always looking to do. So that I think that that's a big part of why they've really adopted cellular. And with that lack of infrastructure to, the cellular network is already fully deployed, right? So they don't have to deploy their own proprietary network. It makes it so flexible. You know, a utility can deploy fully across their entire service area, or they could say, you know what, I'm going to concentrate on my commercial and industrial accounts. Or, you know, we've got a subdivision coming in here where we want to try this out. And it's so easy, and the endpoints don't have to be concentrated in one area to justify, you know, some kind of network thing. So I think that's really helped with its growth. I've heard people describe it as being as easy as mobile to install, and I think that's an excellent way of describing it.
No doubt.
Yeah, and so that flexibility means that the cellular solution too can evolve as we have these new capabilities and these new functionalities that get introduced. We'll be able to roll out cellular solutions that support them. And if a utility says, oh, that's a great technology, that's a great function, I want that at all my CNI accounts, you can easily do that and not have to worry about deploying a whole network infrastructure to support it. And the reliability and the robustness of the cellular network is really important.
No doubt.
You know, the industry talks about 5 nines, 99.999% uptime, which equates to about 5 minutes of downtime per year. So in terms of network reliability, and you know, with the recent storms and hurricanes and things, and even in Puerto Rico, they just have a great story about coming right back up. And even if there aren't, even if they don't have gateway infrastructure, they've got, you know, calls, cellular on wheels, and things that can bring the cellular network back up right away. So they've just got such a great track record for robustness and reliability. So I think that ability for cellular to maximize utility and minimize risk is the reason why I think we're going to continue to see utilities move in that direction.
Yeah, no, that's a great way to think about it. You know, Kevin, I think you also know that I do a lot of reporting in the healthcare technology space, and interoperability is so important in that. Now that I'm thinking about it, we really, in all the years we've been doing this show, we haven't really talked about that in this industry. And it's been ACE18 that I've heard more. You obviously touched on it as well. That's becoming critically, I mean, it's necessary in this industry now. So that's a big foundation for you guys as well.
Absolutely. You know, nobody wants to make an investment and then have that investment stranded.
Right.
And things are evolving so quickly. So critical that things be interoperable and that be looking towards the future. You know, where are things moving? I need to be flexible.
Right.
And it has to work with other systems. Yeah, absolutely. It's key.
Yep. So at the exhibit, you've talked about this ultrasonic meter. What else are you showcasing there, and what kind of questions are you getting from would-be customers?
Well, we've got our Beacon EMA software is up, and we a lot of questions about our shut-off capability with our E-Series. A lot of the AMI, I have responsibility for the AMI and AMR product. So a lot of those kinds of questions get funneled to me when I'm by the booth, and utilities want to know about longevity of the solution, and so they want to know about, you know, our current cellular endpoint is deployed on the LTE network, the long-term evolution network. So happily we have some good answers for them in terms of longevity and things like that. But those are the kind of questions that we're being asked, and happy to answer those.
Of course,
Excellent.
Of course. Well, Kristie, we're running low on time. Should anyone need to contact you with any questions, how do they find you, and where do they learn more about Badger Meter?
Yep. So we're here at the show, booth number 18029, I believe, and badgermeter.com is always a way they can find more information for us on the road.
Kristie Anderson, Marketing Manager with Badger Meter. It's great to have you on the show again. Thanks for stopping by and joining us.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Todd.
All right. That's all the time we have for now. On behalf of all of us at Water Talk and WaterOnline, thank you for tuning in and listening. We're signing off from Las Vegas, but don't worry, Water Talk will be right back.
This broadcast of Water Talk has been made possible by WaterOnline, showcasing today's water industry leaders and innovators. To learn more, visit wateronline.com. And thank you for listening to Water Talk.